When you were first injured, did you think that that was it for you when it came to sport? Or did you realise straight away that there was something that you could do despite the fact you'd broken your neck?
Yeah, so for me, while I was still in hospital, I remember thinking to myself, I've still got to play sport, I've still got to do this. But, when you're being told by the doctors, the nurses, everyone that you're not going to be able to do this again or that again, or certain things within life, and you might not be able to drive or get places, you kind of doubt a little bit, don't you? And you're like, am I actually going to play sport again? Am I going to be able to do this? Is my dream over? And, am I going to be able to do it? But, I'm not someone who takes no for an answer. And I just sat there for a while, and that's when I found wheelchair rugby. And I started talking to people that have been playing for many years, seeing them train for the Beijing Paralympics. And I was like, do you know what? It doesn't matter that I've had this spine injury, I'm going to go for it. So yeah, that's what I decided to do, and I carried on.
And it almost seems counterintuitive that you're being told what you can't do, because when you're in that position of having such a horrific injury and then thinking, well, how will life change? Isn't the first thing you want to know is what you can still do rather than what you can't still do? Because then you can focus on the positive in some way.
Yeah, absolutely. And since my injury, that's what I've always been really good at. I flip things around. So it wasn't focusing on the negative things anymore or what I can't do. It was what I can do and what I am going to be able to do. And then when you start focusing on those things, you then start getting your confidence and building, because you're like, I can still go and do this. I can still get myself dressed. I can still drive. I can still live a daily life with a spinal cord injury, This spinal cord injury is not going to stop me from living my life. It's just going to be there and it's going to join me. Do you know what I mean? You can't avoid it, but you can just carry on with life with a spinal cord injury for sure.
And did you see other people playing sport, getting on with day-to-day life, doing things slightly differently than perhaps you would have done previously? Did you see them as kind of your role models at the time and teaching you how to live in a different way, but still in a completely full way as you would always done before?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, wheelchair rugby is, I say it to so many people, it's a lifeline for people with disabilities. It's not just a sport, it's not just a sport, it's more than that, it's much more than that. You'll join a club when you've had a massive catastrophic injury that's changed your life in a split second, and you'll then get out of hospital, you'll do your rehab, but then you'll go to a club and you start seeing the people just there getting themselves food, getting themselves in and out their rugby chair, getting themselves in and out of their car, and then you start realising, I can do all of this, and watching them do it, and then do it a few years ahead of you, and seeing how it becomes easier for them, and it's just part of their life. Honestly, it's like an absolute lifeline for so many people that don't know what they're capable of doing after an injury.